On Monday, Ukraine presented an effort calling on the United Nations Security Council to deny Russia permanent membership in the wake of its months-long invasion. Ukraine calls on UN member states to resume the application of the UN Charter in the context of the legitimacy of the Russian Federation's presence in the UN, to deprive the Russian Federation of its status as a permanent member of the UN Security Council, and to expel it from the UN as a whole, the Ukrainian Foreign Ministry said in a statement. According to the statement, the issue of Russia's UN membership and permanent participation in the UN Security Council remains unresolved, uncertain, from the standpoint of international law. The Russian Federation assumed the seat of a permanent member of the United Nations Security Council, circumventing the processes outlined in the UN Charter. This occurred as a result of an ordinary letter from Boris Yeltsin, president of the RSFSR, addressed to the UN Secretary-General, and sent on December 24, 31 years ago, the statement continued. The statement also pointed to Article 4 of the United Nations Charter, which reads that, the admission of peace-loving governments to the United Nations is influenced solely by a decision of the General Assembly on the advice of the Security Council. The Russian Federation has never followed the legal procedure for admission to membership, and thus illegally occupies the Soviet Union's seat on the UN Security Council. From a legal and political standpoint, there can only be one conclusion: Russia has usurped the Soviet Union's place on the UN Security Council, the statement stated. It also claimed that Russia had failed to meet the main criteria for UN membership, citing the first paragraph of Article 4 of the UN Charter, which said that membership in the UN is available to all governments that value peace. The Russian Federation's activities contradict the concept of a peace-loving state. 3 decades of illegal UN presence have been distinguished by wars and takeover of other countries' lands, forcible changing of internationally recognized borders, and attempts to meet its invasive and neo-imperial goals, the statement continued. It also mentioned Russia's February 24 special military operation, saying that Russia's annexation of Crimea in 2014, as well as the recent annexation of the Donetsk, Zaporizhzhia, Luhansk, and Kherson regions, are a violation of Ukraine's sovereignty, territorial integrity, and political independence. We believe that, informed by the principle of equality of UN members, the Russian Federation should follow the same international legal path for admission to membership in the organization as other countries did. The Russian Federation's potential readmission to the UN can be considered only if it meets the conditions for UN membership, it stated. It went on to say that Russia should be admitted to the UN only if it satisfies the prerequisites for membership in the organization and upon the advice of the UN Security Council, as provided for in paragraph 2 of Article 4 of the UN Charter. Ukrainian Foreign Minister Dmytro Kuleba said last Tuesday that Kiev is planning to take official procedures to demonstrate that Russia's presence in the United Nations Security Council is illegal, and to have it removed from the body. Russia should be admitted to the UN only if it satisfies the conditions for membership in the organization and, on the advice of the UN Security Council, as provided for in paragraph 2 of Article 4 of the UN Charter. Last Tuesday, Ukrainian Foreign Minister Dmytro Kuleba stated that Kiev intends to use formal procedures to demonstrate that Russia's presence in the United Nations Security Council is illegal, and that it should be expelled from the body.